news at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Beth Jones. We are experiencing potentially dangerous heat this week. Temperatures soaring, and they were already high today. So let's get right to a first check of our forecast.
All right, well, it was definitely very warm out there today. We were back into the upper 80s to low 90s for many of us. Very warm out there as well as humid. And unfortunately for us, these temperatures will stick around for a few days. For tonight, we're not going to drop very low. Tomorrow, we're back into the mid to upper 90s for us. And this is going to stick around, like I said, for tomorrow and Friday before we finally get some relief. Now, we've had a lot of sunshine out there today. However, some clouds are starting to roll in for us. The clouds are going to roll in, making it cloudy for us overnight tonight. We do have some showers and thunderstorms on the way, more scattered for us overnight tonight. We have a slight risk. Tomorrow we have a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms making their way through in the later evening to early hours for your Friday. For tonight, though, temperatures falling in the not so low 70s.
Thank you, Anna. With temperatures soaring across Maine, organizations are opening their doors to help people escape the heat. One Bangor nonprofit is now serving as a cooling center. As our Alex Schley tells us, it's offering residents more than just a place to chill.
As the summer heat continues to climb, organizations across Penobscot County are stepping up to help keep people safe. The Together Place in Bangor is now operating a cooling center, providing a place for anyone who needs relief from the heat.
Just going to welcome everyone into the space. With these dangerously high temperatures, we want folks to know that there's a place that they can cool off, that they can get water, popsicles, have a place to connect. We have recovery meetings here that they're welcome to attend.
The cooling center is located at the corner of 2nd and Union Street in Bangor.
Most days we serve some kind of meal. There's sodas and snacks available, and we just want people to get out of the heat and come into the space and feel free to utilize us.
Well, the Together Place is currently the only official cooling center in Bangor. There are other air-conditioned spaces open to the public.
The library has always been a great place for people to come and beat the heat. During the summer, Monday through Thursday, we're open 10 to 7, and our atrium, where the cafe is, opens at 9. On Fridays, we're open 10 to 5.
In addition to an air-conditioned space, the library also offers water fountains.
You can fill up your water bottles, so bring your water bottles. You are allowed to take beverages throughout the library as long as you can close them.
Both the library and Together Place, however, will be closed on Friday in observation of Independence Day. For a complete list of cooling centers across Maine, residents can call 211 or visit the state's online directory. In Bangor, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news tonight, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office arrested 2 people after discovering what they say was a clandestine meth lab. On June 30th, deputies executed a traffic stop where the Sheriff's Office says they uncovered illegal narcotics, including crack cocaine and methamphetamine. The deputies also discovered a suspected, quote, one-pot meth lab. 54-year-old Stephen Twist was arrested and charged with unlawful possession of scheduled drugs. 32-year-old Rachel White was arrested on active arrest warrants and additional charges. Because of the hazards associated with clandestine meth labs, assistance was requested from the Maine Drug Enforcement Agency and the Maine Department of Environmental Protection, whose personnel responded to assess and mitigate any hazards. Well, local farm stands are also preparing to beat the heat and protect their crops. Ben Nelson is the owner of Calkins Farm Stand in Hamden. He says recent rain has put their crops in a good position to withstand the heat wave. He says the staff plan to do most of their work in the early mornings or late evenings to avoid the extreme temperatures. For folks tending to garden crops at home, he says it's important to get out and water them early to give them the best shot at survival.
If you're going to water your gardens at all, best thing to do, if you can do it early morning, that's when the plants will take up most of that water and be able to retain more of it than, especially if you're watering midday. Your other option would be in the evening, but morning is technically better for them.
Nelson also added that if crops are grown in the ground, giving them a healthy watering every few days is sufficient. However, for plants and crops that are in pots or containers, they may need multiple waterings a day depending on the size. The driver involved in a fatal crash that killed a 5-year-old boy in Hancock County last week made his first court appearance today. 33-year-old Dion Campbell of Elkhart, Indiana, was arrested Monday night in connection with a crash in Township 22 on June 25th. Campbell's being charged with manslaughter, endangering the welfare of a child, criminal OUI, and aggravated driving to endanger. At his court appearance this afternoon, his attorney argued for a smaller bail since the family was in Maine for a wedding and is now facing funeral costs and medical expenses.
This was really a tragic accident. It's not a situation that's ever likely to reoccur.
State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss says a trooper came across the single vehicle crash and found the 5-year-old in the front seat in a rapidly deteriorating condition. Despite efforts to save him, he died at the scene. A 10-month-old girl was transported to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor with non-life-threatening injuries. Campbell is the father of both of those children. Moss says the preliminary investigation indicates the vehicle failed to stop at the stop sign at the intersection before striking an embankment. She says the investigation also indicates neither child was properly restrained. Campbell is being held on $3,000 cash bail. The trial for a Washington County woman charged with murder will be moved to a new location. Kaylee Brackett was previously convicted of murder in the death of Kimberly Neptune, who was found dead inside her home with nearly 500 stab wounds back in April of 2022. Maine's highest court vacated that conviction and a new trial was ordered. Brackett's lawyer argued pretrial publicity and rumors in Washington County would make it impossible for Brackett to get a fair trial there. A judge has decided her new murder trial will be held in Waldo County. Well, an arrest was made today for a burglary that occurred in Belfast nearly 2 weeks ago. According to the Belfast Police Department, back on June 18th, they responded to a commercial burglary at Riptide Smoke Shop. They say it occurred during the night while the business was closed. Then, just after 11 a.m. today, Belfast police officers located Raymond Cohen, a 37-year-old transient, in Orland. At the time of his arrest, authorities say he was in possession of some of the stolen merchandise from the burglary and was also positively identified as the suspect in question. After an additional search of a location in Belfast today, Police Chief Bob Cormier says authorities recovered all of the stolen merchandise, which he says totals roughly $11,000. Cohen was placed under arrest, charged with burglary, and transported to the Waldo County Jail. He is scheduled to be arraigned before the Waldo County Superior Court tomorrow and has an additional court date on August 19th. Well, as of March 2026, more than 1,000 Maine children are in state custody. A nonprofit based in Winterport is hoping to change that by creating a campus for at-risk children to live, learn, and thrive. Our Grace Blanchard shares more.
The mission we have is to help as many children as possible.
Across 257 acres of land in Winterport sits the future campus of Home Layel.
It's probably a $20 or $30 million project over 5 years to build the whole thing.
Home Layel, which is Hebrew for belonging to God, aims to be a Christ-centered home and school for boys in need of hope, healing, and restoration.
We're trying to build a campus where kids can live on the campus and have a safe place to put their head down at night and know where their food is coming from the next morning.
The nonprofit purchased the land in 2018. The future layout and design of the campus is inspired by a community home based in West Virginia, which has donated its building plans. Once complete, it will feature dorms, homes for foster families, and spaces to learn valuable life skills like gardening and baking.
There's a great need for children, and then if we can do it, we will have a very productive next generation coming after us.
According to state data, as of March 2026, nearly 2,000 children remain in DHHS custody. The nonprofit hopes to begin by helping Maine boys, then create a campus for girls, and one day expand beyond Maine.
The impact that we want to do is to have these kids leave to go out into the world with all of the skills and things that kids need to survive.
They are still in the early stages of the building process, but hope to have the first dorm built by 2027.
The thing we are hoping to do is adapt and change and grow and be a blessing to the community, a blessing to the next generation.
In Winterport, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Switching gears now, Stonington's coastline is layered with traditional mystique and fishing industry prowess. One of its most prominent figures is Greenhead Lobster Company. Our Doug Banks spoke with its founder about their roots and what their future holds.
Greenhead Lobster Company has been a fixture in Stonington for around 3 decades. Before this, however, its founder, Hugh Reynolds, started out like many do in Maine's lobster industry, on the stern of a boat.
I got into the lobster business in 1994 when I graduated from college. At that time, lobstering was really starting to take off around here in the Deer Isle, Stonington area, and I got a job on a stern of a lobster boat.
A few years later, recognizing the many facets and jobs involved in the lobster industry, he began working on the local wharf for a buyer, but he says the owner wasn't making ends meet.
8 weeks into my job, my paycheck stopped coming. As it turned out, he was owed the money to the old bookkeeper who had been here for 50 years for Connery's Wharf, who owned this point of land in Stonington, and he was actually willing to make a deal with me. So I stepped in his shoes as the primary creditor. He helped me, and we foreclosed in 6 months' time and moved out the guy that I was working for.
From there, his time owning the Stonington-based lobster supplier company began.
We're fortunate that a few fishermen trusted us enough to get started.
And business was good.
2011 to 2016, the catch here in Stonington just took off.
His company has shipped live lobster across several states, countries, and continents.
I'm sure we've shipped to 50 states, and I'm sure must be 40, 50 countries we've done over in the last 30 years.
Then around a decade ago, they began processing and exporting frozen lobster.
People were going to frozen value-added lobster. I'm like, maybe this is the future. We got to give the customer a quality lobster experience in a frozen form.
Reynolds attributes his company's continued relevance on their adaptability.
It's a natural resource business. I mean, what you did last year, that playbook's probably not going to work.
It's that attribute that allows them to prosper, which could be vital for what he says is on the lobster industry's horizon.
We're getting less people into it. Hopefully people will get excited, go out in the water and get excited about this industry. I mean, it's a great industry. So I'd just like to see more people give it a try.
For Greenhead Lobster Company and Maine's lobster industry is forever striking the balance between adapting and remaining grounded to the roots forged by the generations before them, who spent their days on the stern of a boat.
These guys go fishing, and we like to think of ourselves as the guys who get the stuff, get it to the market, turn the product into money, and do the best job we can to uphold the Maine lobster brand value. And that will always be our purpose. We just need to be adaptable and versatile to continue to do so.
In Stonington, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And we will be right back with more after the break.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Look out for these stickers to take advantage of great deals on a new Kia. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus $750 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2026 Sorrento and Sportage vehicles.
I was in the Army for over a decade, with 2 deployments to the Middle East. And I have never seen a veteran with a Nazi tattoo. Graham Plattner knew exactly what his tattoo was. Blaming it on military culture is disgusting. I've got tattoos of things I'm proud of. And I guess Plattner did too. Graham Plattner is a liar, a fraud, and an embarrassment. He's unfit to represent Maine. Pine Tree Results PAC is responsible for the content of the